If you're coming from a traditional world and you're investing in these assets as, like you want to buy an asset where you think it's undervalued and you want to sell it when it reaches, the high point of its, bull or bear cycle, whether it's real estate. We always want to buy the bottom of the market for the houses when no one wants to actually buy. You buy it. And then when the market's really, really frothy, maybe you sell that. And that's the mindset of a lot of traditional assets. And these are assets at saturation. They've had centuries of developing and they oscillate. And then you have this other type of asset, which is what Bitcoin, Ethereum, and these digital networks represent. And they are these assets that they're new to the world. And these are new technologies that are gaining adoption, and new technology always goes through this adoption curve we call it the adoption S curve, where it goes and it creates this kind of S as it sort of goes exponentially upwards, and as you get closer to the 50%, it slows down until you eventually get to saturation at near 100% usage. And so we'll see that in the tech world with the internet, you'll see it with mobile phones, you'll see it with any new technology. And so the realm of investment for people who invest in new technology, and these are our venture capitalists, they know how to invest in new tech and they never sell the tops. They buy the tops. And this is the view that one should have with Bitcoin. It's a newer technology, and currently there's only somewhere around the 1.9% of the world population that has exposure to this asset. And if you believe that the internet is going to go to 100%, which it's pretty close to now, and you believe that we're going to have internet native commerce and there'll be an internet native currency that is borderless and an internet native store of value, then, or in the case of Ethereum, actually applications that can route money and risk across the world, these tokens are only at the 2% penetration of the world population. And so when you see an asset break an all-time high, you've got the choice to sell it because this asset is really made you a profit, or you can say that asset is just had another validation that it is coming in to dominate the world. If you were given a choice, would you buy the asset that is broken an all-time low and it's a new technology and it's continually making new lows and it's meant to dominate the world? It's obviously gone off the adoption S-curve. So whenever you see this thing break a new high, it is gaining more traction and it's being validated, and you should buy it and you should sell it when it reaches saturation. When Bitcoin is used by the majority of the world, then that's probably a good time to sell it. But just keep buying those tops. And this strategy actually works in a backtrace. If you measure that and run that strategy for Bitcoin, it is way more profitable than trying to get these oscillations. Ethereum is about to unleash its price discovery into outer space. So it's a really exciting time for Ethereum as a tradable asset. And I think it's, we'll have to see. Like I haven't been so excited with Ethereum as the platform. I know a lot of developers are, and that's not to be discounted because there's a lot of frothiness and excitement, and that will drive and has driven application development. And we've seen the really great stuff that's being developed on DeFi. I think they're great experiments right now. So yeah, let's see what happens. We need to see how well this thing scales, how well these apps can operate with each other on the more scalable platform. But it's an exciting space. There's competitors, of course, and the question is whether or not. The big question I have for Ethereum is Ethereum going to be the global development stack in which you will build the risk infrastructure for the planet to route. Essentially, I look at the world financial market as just essentially computer programs or contracts that route money and risk between participants. And Ethereum is the asset to route primarily risk with the DeFi. And the question is, will app developers only develop on Ethereum, or will it develop on Solana? Will it develop on Cosmos? So like these all number of Ethereum killers out there that are competing for the app space. And if you look at the history of computers and how things have developed, you'll notice that we haven't actually focused on one development platform. Like you look at any app, there's all number of development platforms and application environments that we run on. And each one is fit for a purpose. So I do wonder whether or not it'll be like a menagerie of different networks that will eventually fill the space as we get towards that, the whole carrying the world's real financial infrastructure. And so that's the question to ask. So it's the leader right now, and it's an exciting time for the asset. But if we're to look at it over the next 10 years as world infrastructure gets digitized onto the internet, we'll have to see how that plays out. Well, development infrastructure. So it is very much a no-brainer to use that because that ecosystem is very well developed and well documented. So it's a platform war, I guess, and I don't think it's necessarily going to be winner takes all. It doesn't have that kind of network effect that you get with protocols. Protocols like TCP/IP are unifications of different menageries of communication lines, and Ethereum's not a compatibility layer. It's actually very much a environment that you program in, and that's that, and it's good for some things. And there are environments that are better in other applications. I think it's really early for this. I think we've still got 10 years ahead, at least, for that side of things. Yeah. So who knows?